1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, hurricane, you're not enough. Hello, hurricane, you can't silence my love. I've got doors and windows boarded up. All your dead fury is not enough. You can't silence my love. Oh, 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 oh. That's right. You can't silence my love because this is
American Brews and Tunes.
Here's a theme song, you know it's not a mean song. It's a good song, just as it should song. American Brews and Tunes. Shibbity beeby dow.
zippity doo-dah is what they say.
Zippity doo dah way, zippity doo dah, hey hey hey.
Well, welcome back to American Brews and Tunes. My name is Steven Johnston.
And my name is Jesse Zippity doo dah Titus.
Well, we all got great middle names. I just choose to keep mine as
That is
a secret.
for everyone wondering, that is my middle name.
It says so on the
It's
your
even on my
license.
driver's license. It says Jesse Zippity doo dah Titus.
Classic.
My parents did not get it from that one ridiculous song.
I love that song.
Zippity doo dah, zippity hey.
My oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine coming my way. Anyways, welcome again to another fun episode. This is a one-off.
It sure is.
It's a special one. This is episode number 50.
Yeah.
We're middle-aged.
Episode 50.
Well, I guess we're
my
middle-aged at 40
gosh.
technically, right?
Yeah, we had this discussion earlier
When we were trying to figure out what over the hill meant?
was. Yeah, and we discovered that it is 40.
We did discover that.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we're good at discovering things.
Yeah,
that are
with the help of our
with
little
Google.
rectangular devices we call phones.
Google it. Anyways, like I said before, this is a one-off episode, so we're going to be reviewing one album and trying this one beer.
Singular, well, it's one beer.
Yeah.
Same beer.
Yeah, and for episode 50, we wanted to pick an album that we're both very fond of.
Yes.
So we very easily came to the conclusion.
Agreement, yeah.
Yeah, we
Easily decided
decided
upon this album.
Yes, upon this album. Which album, you might ask? Switchfoot. The album is Hello, Hurricane.
Hello, Hurricane!
Or
If
for
you
those of
couldn't-
you who like to pronounce it even better, it's called Hello, Hurricane.
Hurricane.
Yeah, Hurricane.
Like shuriken.
What's that mean?
Shuriken.
What is that?
You don't know what that is?
No, I have no idea. Did you make that up right now?
No, a throwing star. It's like a ninja throwing star.
Oh.
Shuriken.
Or like that pickle, a gherkin?
Gherkin?
Gherkins? Little mini gherkin? It's a pickle.
Pickle.
Yeah.
Sea pickle?
Cucumber pickle?
A normal pickle?
A normal pickle, yeah. I didn't need any.
So it's a different flavor besides dill or
I have no
sweet
idea.
or
I
butter?
would just see, like, they're in jars. They're called mini gherkins, and they're just like little tiny pickles that are probably like an inch long.
I need to look this up.
Yeah, look
I have
it up.
no idea.
But anyway, so that's the album we're going to be reviewing. We love that album quite a bit, and
We
so
sure do.
we hope you like that album. If you know a lot about it, or whether you don't know anything about it, we're going to review it for you and encourage you to listen to it as well. But let's take a quick little break from the music. Or did you find what a gherkin is?
Yeah.
What do you see? Little baby
I know
gherkins?
what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's spelt weird though. It's Gherkins.
Yeah, gherkins.
Gherkins, yeah.
Does it look like a cartoon pickle almost?
Not in that picture.
Oh, well, regardless, there you go.
Anyway, I do know what you're talking about. Here's a good image of it. Look
Yeah.
at those tiny little pickles.
We'll find a picture and put it on the website
Maybe.
at brewsandtudespodcast.com. Check it out.
Check it out. Hey.
Anyways, let's
go over to
figure
the
out what the
beer
beer
portion.
is. Yeah. Now we reviewed brews from this brewery many times. It's from Bearded
Many
Iris,
times.
one of our favorite Nashville breweries.
Yes, shout out Bearded Iris.
We love their New England style IPAs and their big decadent stouts.
Yes.
And this is neither, actually.
Yeah, I know. That's one of the reasons why we got it.
Yeah, it's still an IPA. Don't get me wrong.
So
But it's not a New England IPA.
yeah, so it's aptly named what?
It's called Chaos Theory.
Yeah. 'Cause it's throwing a whole wrench into their whole business plan.
That's part of it, but also at the Frist Museum in Nashville, there's some type of chaos exhibit. I don't really know what it is.
Oh, really? Okay.
And so they're
that
selling
connect?
this at the Frist
Really?
as well.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the only reason I know that is because of their Instagram post.
Their Instagram.
I don't know all the details. I'm just going by what that is.
If
Like
you
what
all,
it says on the Instagram.
if Ian's come to Nashville, check out the Frisk Museum. I can't vouch for if it's good or not, but it seems like it's good. I've never been there.
If yous come down to Nashville, hey,
Use. You don't say use.
I've heard someone in Minnesota say yous.
Were they from Minnesota?
Yeah, I never say it either, but
Well, that's a weird thing to say. Are you
I'm
sure
pretty
they're
sure
not from
I'm pretty sure people in Minnesota just say you guys. That's what I always said anyway.
you guys? Yeah,
But if you're from the South, you say you all, or
you all,
as they
y'all. That's what they say. Y'all.
y'all.
Anyways.
Come back now here.
Y'all come back now.
Bearded Iris.
Like I said, though, it's called the Chaos Theory,
Chaos
and it's
Theory.
just an IPA, not New England style IPA, just an IPA.
Is this a type of hop? Idaho 7?
It must be. Maybe it's like an experimental hop.
Okay, so I guess the hops in this are Idaho 7, Mosaic, and Citra. So that sounds very intriguing. Intriguing, interesting, undeniably curious. How many more synonyms could I figure out for that word?
I don't know, but as you're
I'm
racking your
thinking
brain
about
for
that-
synonyms, I'm going to read you the description of this beer.
Okay, go for it.
It says a pandemonium of Citra, Mosaic, and Idaho 7 collide into bursts of grapefruit, crushed pineapple, and resinous pine. An unexpected departure from our usual New England IPA, but with the same nuanced patterns of round, balanced juiciness.
I'm
that sounds
so
good.
excited.
I'm just not sure what to expect from a non-New England style IPA from them.
Whenever I hear the two descriptors, red grapefruit and resinous pine, that makes me think of West Coast style.
That's what I think of too.
And it makes me get very excited because I love that.
So let's crack these bad boys and pour them out and see what we can see.
Sounds good. Here we go.
Since this isn't a New England style IPA, I'm
Ooh.
completely expecting it to not be hazy like their other ones. I'm not necessarily saying it's going to be 100% see-through, but I'm expecting to see to the other side of the glass fairly easily.
So for those of you who normally drink beer from the same brewery, normally there's like a general quality that the beer would have, like in terms of smell, taste.
Like they'll usually use a certain kind of grains,
yeah,
a
and then
certain
like
kind of
that
hops,
will be
certain kinds of
what it
yeast.
tastes like.
Yeah, and
So like Stone has a very unique taste throughout all their beers that connects them all. Surly in Minneapolis
even the
does.
water source that they'll take from will affect the flavors of all their beers.
Yeah. And I believe Bearded Iris does as well.
Yeah.
And if you smell this beer, Steve, you can smell it.
It smells like Bearded Iris. And in fact, when you walk
It
into
really
their
does.
brewery,
It kind of smells like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, when you walk into their brewery, you can even smell it. Like it's just in the air at the brewery.
Can you smell the hops tonight? The peace the evening brings. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. Our beers for once in perfect harmony in our mouths soon to be.
Well,
Now, after that beautiful ballad,
I've officially poured my beer, and
Same here.
like I said, I expected it to be not crystal clear, but like I said, I wanted to be able to see through the glass pretty good.
it's still
It's-
you can definitely see. Well, you can't really see
It's
through
more
it.
see-through than all the other beers we've had from them,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
still a little hazy, in all honesty.
Yep.
So,
And maybe that's just what Bearded Iris does best.
well, they do. So,
Well, we'll see.
Let's
We'll
give
see
it
what
the
happens.
toast, our favorite motto, and then let's try this. I'm really excited.
So am I. I'm very excited.
Well, as we always say on American
if
Brews
you
and
guys,
Tunes,
if you guys are imbibing,
now's the time.
bring up your glass and say our magic word with us.
Shibbity-beep-doo! Ooh, that is delicious.
Wow.
It's
It's definitely not thick.
no, it's not thick, and it doesn't have the lactose like creamy sweetness to it.
Yeah.
It's I wouldn't say even necessarily resinous in the way that they were talking.
It's more resinous
than their other ones. Way
obviously.
less sweet, but they're right. The juiciness is definitely still there.
I'm tasting more of the crushed pineapple than the grapefruit.
I would agree, but I can tell the grapefruit's there. I'm
Same.
getting the
They
notes
kind of. Ooh, I just got a little bit of an after note of the grapefruit
in your hot burp.
in my burp and in my mouth. Really in the burp though.
Oh, me too. I just had a
You
little
just
baby
burp.
burp.
Do
Yeah,
you taste the
delicious. Yeah. And
Yeah.
this clocks in at 6.8% alcohol.
That's not that bad.
So that's higher than probably your average Budweiser or whatever. So,
Well, it's definitely higher.
but it's
than your
lower
average
than most of the
Budweiser.
ones you have from Bearded Iris.
Yeah,
They're normally
they're
like 8%
7.5
or more.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say crushable, but more crushable than maybe some of their double IPAs.
Yeah, in my book, this is a winner. So
this is a winner. I would get this again.
Yeah, for sure.
Like this, the home style. So many good beers from them that I would get again. Shall we? Well, I guess. Like we always say, if the beer tastes different to us as it warms up, we'll let you know. Otherwise, we're going to dive into this album.
I'm kind of hoping that the grapefruit comes through as it warms up.
I'm sure it will. Well,
we'll see. We'll see.
Anyways, on to this album, 2009's Hello Hurricane by the critically acclaimed Switchfoot. Yes. The Grammy Award-winning
band
Switchfoot. This album did win a Grammy for the Best Rock Gospel Album.
Yep.
I wouldn't even call this a gospel album.
I don't think so either, but
they're not a. I don't know if we qualified this in the last episode where I reviewed a Switchfoot album, but I wouldn't call them a Christian band. Mm-mm. They're a band that just happens to be Christian.
They started off on Sparrow Records,
which is a Christian record.
They started off on a Christian label, but then they eventually ditched that because they thought it was limiting, them, and
limits your audience too.
In general, it limits your audience and limits what you can write about.
There's nothing wrong with being on a Christian label if you're like a gospel band or like if that's your audience. There's nothing wrong with that, but that wasn't Switchfoot's goal, so they left to pursue what they wanted to pursue.
Yeah, and now for the last few records, I believe maybe for this one too, they record in their own studio.
Yeah,
and then Atlantic does
Beautiful Letdown was their own studio, and then and then a bunch of professional stuff, and then they fronted the bill and did this one for Hello Hurricane was their own.
Yeah, and then they just send it off to, I believe it's Atlantic
for
Records
distribution and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. So that's kind of cool that they have the freedom to do that.
It's like Blink-182. They did on their last record.
Yeah.
It's nice when you're in a good place as a band when you can do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, shall we dive in?
Yeah. Well,
or should we give a little history about this record?
Sure.
Our history of what we experienced with this album.
And now we will delve into the history of this record as it pertains to
Jesse
us and Steven.
Well, I'm fairly positive I said it on the last podcast, but I'm going to say it again. I used to love Switchfoot growing up when I was taking guitar lessons as a 6th grader or 7th grader, whatever year that was.
Did you learn Meant to Live then?
I learned Meant to Live, and I didn't even know who Switchfoot was. The album hadn't even come out yet. My guitar teacher heard it on the radio and was like, this is a cool song, so he taught it to me. And he's not I don't even know if he was a Christian dude. He just liked the guitar line.
Yeah.
Like he normally was like an AC/DC kind of guy. So we learned that, and I was like, I have to buy the CD so I can play along. Yeah. So I waited for it to come out, and I bought it and played along. I loved it.
Yeah.
And then when the next album came out, which was
Nothing Is Sound.
Nothing Is Sound. I pre-ordered that at Family Christian Bookstore because if you pre-ordered it, you got Learning to Breathe
with it? Okay.
Yeah, so
that was their second album.
I think third.
Either second or third. Third.
It had Dare You to Move on it.
Oh, yeah, and then they redid that for Beautiful Letdown.
But with Nothing Is Sound, the label put some weird anti-piracy thing on the record, so you couldn't rip it onto your computer. Like I was starting to use iPods heavily at the time, and so I wanted to put the CD onto my iTunes and onto my iPod, but they prevented that with their stupid piracy layer. And Switchfoot didn't even know about it. They were upset.
They were very upset about
it. But I didn't know that at the time. I was just like, it doesn't work. I hate this CD, so I stopped listening to them.
That's too bad because that CD is really good.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorites from them.
I really haven't delved into it too much since then. I'm going to go back and listen to it eventually, but I was pissed off, for lack of a better word. And then college came around, and Switchfoot was coming to the Ches Arena, which is a skating roller arena that's turned into a music venue in Pittsburgh, Cheswick, PA to be exact. And Jesse told me and some of our buddies, let's go see Switchfoot. And I was like, okay, they're good. I haven't listened to them for a while.
Yeah.
And it was the Hello Hurricane tour. And they blew me out of the water. Their live show was so good. I was like, wow, why haven't I listened to this band? What's wrong with me? So Jesse gave me all their music on a flash drive.
Yep.
And instead of listening to it all and letting it sink in, I only listened to Hello Hurricane.
Okay, because that was a tour. That was a tour.
So I recognized a lot of songs, and I really love this album. Since then, I have delved into more of their albums. Yeah. But Hello Hurricane is by far and large my favorite of theirs.
Is the next one you've delved into their most recent album?
Yes, which is Where the Light Shines Through.
Yeah.
Either that, and then what's the one that has Dark Horses?
Vice Versa.
I've listened to Vice Versa quite a bit, and I've listened to Beautiful Letdown quite a bit.
Yeah.
Other than that, the other ones I've listened to a few times through, but haven't delved in too much.
And I guess I'll say that Switchfoot has been one of my favorite bands since I first heard Meant to Live when I was at some camp when I was younger. I heard that song, and I was like, who is this? This is great. And then ever since then, I pretty much have just always listened to every Switchfoot album and seen them whenever I could. Mostly at a
Sunshine Festival.
the Sunshine Festival in Wilmer, Minnesota, where my cousins lived. Luckily, they lived on. They used to live there. They don't live there anymore.
So you go visit them and then go to the show.
Yeah, they live on.
Nice.
They lived on Lake Andrew, and so we
good
go
old
there,
Lake Andrew.
go tubing and whatnot, and then go see Switchfoot. Well, we also saw other bands, but
Switchfoot was definitely part of the act.
was the main reason that I went, or why? Well, I also wanted to see my family.
Both
So-
are good reasons to go to Wilmer.
Yeah. So needless to say, I've been following them since I was a wee lad.
I definitely like Switchfoot, but I think you like them a little more than I do. They're
Yeah.
I am to Blink-182 as you are to Switchfoot, maybe?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Except I like Blink-182 way too much, so clearly...
Yeah, I think you like
doesn't-
Blink-182 more than I like Switchfoot.
I think I like Blink-182 more than anyone likes anything. That's debatable.
That's possible. That's actually very possible. I'd say there's probably an 80% chance that's true.
I do like Blink-182. You guys,
Maybe there's an 82%
you guys have...
chance.
There's a 182% chance. You guys have no idea. When I see mile markers 182 on the highway, I'm like, oh, yes, I got to get a picture. But then it goes by.
Yeah, too fast because
Yeah.
you're already going like 70 miles an hour.
Yeah. If I'm like getting off at exit 182, oh,
Oh, man.
you best believe that's a good exit.
Do you get the chills?
Yeah, I do.
You like are going up the ramp, you're like,
The best day of my life was when I had 182 Blink-182 songs in my iTunes catalog. But of course, I got more Blink-182 material in the
Yeah.
song number went up. But it was a good while it lasted, you know.
yeah,
Shall we dive into the album?
we shall.
Yeah. I will clarify this at the beginning. Every single song's great. I'm going to give my ratings just because I think it's fun.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
probably not going to recommend any because it'd be too difficult for me to choose.
I'm going to recommend 4.
Okay.
I think there are no skippers on this album, but I'm going to give my ratings just because I think my rating system's
And
fun.
I'm sure your recommendations I would probably recommend
Probably
the same
overlap a
ones.
little bit, maybe.
I would probably recommend the same ones, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's start off with the first song, which is called Needle and Haystack Life. I recommended it.
In this needle
And I gave it
and
a rating of
haystack
Cat 5.
Cat 5.
Yeah, like a Category 5 hurricane.
Oh, so you literally just said cat in front of because it was the next one down category 4.
Well, I believe Cat 5 is the highest rating for a hurricane.
Yeah, so is the next one cat 4?
Probably, but I don't care. I could have gone Cat 10 if I wanted to, but I wanted to be...
You want to be accurate.
I want to be
Okay,
accurate.
I got you.
So Cat 5, this one will destroy your house. It's so good.
Yeah.
Pack up the dog and the wife and the kids and vacate the premises. We got a Cat 5 coming in.
Yeah, vacate the perimeter. We've got a cat 5 coming in.
But Needle and Haystack Life is a really, really good opener to the album.
Yeah, it is.
It's not really like anything else on the album, and not. Would you say it's similar to anything else on their previous records? It kind of has a little bit of departures, a little bit, but I mean there are some
Not
parts that are
really.
reminiscent of their old
I
stuff.
think. Let's see. I don't think there's anything too similar to it. From this album, the previous album was that one album? Oh Gravity.
Oh, Gravity, yeah.
Okay, Gravity.
Well, which I like. Oh, Gravity, but
Yeah, it
it's-
was Oh Gravity. But in that past album, this album changes sound quite a bit. They have a lot more like fuzz on their guitars. The guitars are a lot heavier and more chunky,
there's a lot heavier and softer,
and it's less poppy and more like rock.
Yeah, I
More
agree
just
with
straight
you.
rock, and even sometimes getting into like punk rock a little bit too.
I could say that.
In only a couple of songs,
Yeah.
but
But this song is such a great start to the album. Like I
it
said,
really is. Yeah,
it comes in. You think it's gonna be real heavy, and then it kind of cuts out, and it's got this little electronic drum beat while he's singing, and it's all
Yeah.
nice and soft until they get to the chorus, and the chorus is huge with the double time on the hi hats
Yep.
and the harmonies. In this needle and haystack life. He
Yep.
doesn't say it like that, but you know.
Life.
Life.
No, he doesn't say that.
No,
but yeah,
oh.
the song's
What a-
message is also good.
Yes, it is.
Just about how everybody's. I guess everybody's.
You're a needle
special.
girl in a haystack world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
We are
you're-
once in a
you're-
lifetime.
Yeah, we're once in a lifetime. Yeah.
Great message. Well, Switchfoot always has great positive messages, and that's
Mhm.
what. Well, I'm like I was gonna say that's what differentiates them with other Christian bands, but no, they've got good messages too. It's just they're a band that's Christian, so they're not like saying "Praise the Lord, let's praise the
Praise
Lord."
the Lord, oh my soul.
This song's talking about how everyone is
Everyone's
like
unique and has worth.
Has worth, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's got inherent worth,
Yeah.
and all of their songs have great messages, and they're not preachy.
yeah.
Some of their songs are a little more religious, but they're not always like on the nose.
Yeah, and that's what I really like about them because I don't believe that you need to say God in a song for it to have like spiritual meaning.
No,
at all.
It doesn't even have to be a religious song to have spiritual meaning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Every song has its place, religious, secular, and everything in between.
Everything in between.
Even the McDonald's theme song has a place.
I'm loving it.
I'm loving it.
That was really bad harmonies.
Yeah, it was bad.
Anyway,
Let's move on to track number 2, which is called Mess With Me. It's my second recommendation.
I definitely would recommend this song
Cat
too.
5.
Cat 5.
This is what Jesse was talking about with the fuzzy guitars. And how would you classify like a fuzzy guitar for someone who doesn't know like tones too terribly well? If you were to think of like the most popular song that's got fuzz.
Well, think of any like
Led Zeppelin or
Jimi
Hendrix.
Any Jack White song.
Jack
or
White, like
any,
White Stripes.
Black Keys.
How about what's their big popular song? Black Keys. I'm sorry, White Stripes.
White Stripes. Seven Nation Army.
Do 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 do.
Oh, yeah.
Or Icky Thump. Either of those.
Yeah.
If you think of that guitar tone that's on any White Stripes song.
Yeah, Jack White. His tone.
His tone is usually very fuzzy. Jimi Hendrix has a lot of fuzz often.
Not as much as this though.
But he's got the original fuzz.
True, yeah. He used the original
the big old fuzz face.
Yeah. The big giant one that's like the same size as a plate.
Yeah. But this is a great song, Mess of Me.
It really is.
The title gives a accurate representation of what the song's
I made
about.
a mess of me.
I want to get
I
back
want
the
to
rest of
reverse
me.
this tragedy.
I made a mess of me.
I've made a mess of me. I want to live the rest of my life alive. So,
So he's made some bad choices. He's screwed up.
Yeah. But wants
we
to
all
spend
have.
the rest of his life alive.
Yeah.
Using that to explain that he wants to make the most of every moment or something like that.
This is like a rock and roll, almost bluesy sounding, like the form. I am my own affliction. Like that scooping up into the notes, like almost hitting that blue note a little bit.
I am my own disease.
Yeah. Great melodic choices.
Ain't no drug that they could sell. No, there ain't no drug to make me well. There ain't no drug.
Great song. Great song.
Very great.
Yeah, I can't remember if they played Needle and Haystack when we saw them on this tour. They might have. They definitely played Mess of Me.
Yeah.
Because I was like, ooh, I like this.
For all of you people who really are into gear, like guitar gear, the guitar that John Foreman plays on this song is an old silver tone guitar with lipstick pickups.
For all of you who aren't into gear, he plays a cool guitar.
But it gives
nice.
It gives his guitar like a really interesting tone.
Yeah, it does. It's a nice tone.
Yeah,
and he can dial it in well.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to one of their most popular songs, maybe the most successful song off this album. Track number 3 is called "Your Love Is a Song." It's my third recommendation.
Wow.
Cat 5. The first 3 are recommendations. It's a hit. It's a solid album. I don't want to say it's front loaded. But the first 3 just happen to be among my favorite.
Yeah, I don't think it's front loaded at all. But
no, because it's a very balanced album. I think the sequence is great.
And this song is the first song that's kind of a little bit more dialed back. It's not as heavy.
It's more ballady. I wouldn't call it a ballad, but it's
not
slower.
Really ballady, but I know what you mean by that. Though.
I've heard the song on the radio. I've heard it. I think it was in the TV show One Tree Hill. But the chorus is so great. Ooh, your love is a symphony
all around me. Running through me.
When we saw them live on the Hella Hurricane tour, didn't he talk about like thinking of like the string theory that we're all connected before we introduced this song? I thought that was cool. Like how like the moving of strings like a symphony, like we're all in the symphony. Yeah. This song's about love. I'm pretty sure it's spiritual love, but
but you can also interpret it as just regular love as well.
But this song is so good. I get the goosebumps when I hear the chorus of this one. It's just so good.
Yeah, it really is.
I have nothing bad to say about it. Mm-hmm. Moving on to track number 4, which is called "The Sound" (parentheses John M. Perkins Blues).
Yep.
I gave it Cat 5, but didn't recommend it.
Okay.
It's another like rock heavy rocker song.
Yep.
More fuzz guitar.
More fuzz guitar. Yep.
For those of you who don't know who John M. Perkins is, he's a civil rights activist.
Yep.
Is he a pastor?
Author, I believe he was
religious
a pastor.
figure of some sort.
I believe he was a pastor. Yeah.
Yeah. But he had a lot to do with the civil rights movement back in the day. He was very active.
He's still active. I believe he's still alive.
But I mean, like when the 50s, 60s, when stuff was getting crazy, he was right in there.
He was very active then.
Yeah. But he came to Geneva College where Jess and I went, and we went to see him speak. It was really cool. Yeah. But this song references him.
I got his book there, which is what this song is based off of. "Let Justice Roll Down," I believe, is what the book's called.
Yeah. And there's one line he says in this song that I like. I don't know if he's referencing John Perkins. I'm assuming very strongly that he's referencing John Perkins because he says, John Perkins said it right, love is the final fight.
Yeah.
And I love that line.
Yep.
It's pretty spot on with what Switchfoot always is kind of preaching in their music is love. Just love everyone. Loves is the final fight.
Final fight.
Yeah. Don't hate, love.
Have you ever hear about Ringo Starr?
He drums for the Beatles?
Well, yeah.
I did hear that.
But there was like one video of him whenever like the internet first started coming out. He made this video and put it up online and was like telling all of his fans to stop sending him stuff to sign. And he was like, after this day, or I can't do his accent, but he's like, after this day,
I'll do it. After this day,
I will no longer be signing things and sending them back.
Signing things and sending them back.
He was like, don't send me anything.
Don't send me anything.
Or something like that. And he was like, peace and love, peace and love.
Peace and love, peace and love. That's so
what
random.
He said after that.
What did this have to do? Oh, just love?
I just heard love and I thought of that video.
I'd like to see that video one day. Ringo's a gem.
Yeah. He's a funny guy.
Moving on. Track number 5 is called Enough to Let Me Go. I give it cat 5.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
It is.
It's another soft song. So like track 3 was soft. 4 was heavy.
4 was heavy. Track 5
soft again. Song. So the sequencing is really good in this album.
Yeah, and this is one song where it doesn't actually have like a humongous climax.
No, the chorus is.
Which most of the songs. Which most of the songs do.
Go.
So I think this song might not be a lot of people's favorites.
It pulls the dynamic range in significantly.
Yeah, I believe it increases the dynamic range of the whole album. Though.
Yeah.
So I think
you don't have the restrained verse and the big chorus. It's all kind of insane.
All kind of restrained, yeah.
Moving on to track number 6, which is called Free. I gave it cat 5.
Free.
You're free to rate this however you so choose, but I rated it cat 5. Free. I love the first.
Come set me free.
Just the first line. It's kind of like this little drum roll and this like guitar line. Doon. He's like, I've got my back against the wall.
Yeah.
And it's just he goes up there and it's every time he hits that, I'm like, yeah, John, you do have your back against the wall.
Anytime I hear any of these songs and I hear him hit those high notes, I'm like, I wish I could just wake up one day and sing like John Foreman.
His vocal timbre, like whether he's singing soft, mid-range, or high, is just so good.
Yeah.
So unique, but just so good. He's got a great singing voice.
He really does.
Yeah. Anything else to say about Free?
Nope.
All right, then let's move on to track number 7, Hello Hurricane, the title track. It's my last recommendation.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Might be my favorite Switchfoot song of all time.
Okay.
I love the music.
Yeah.
I think it's very melodically pleasing and catchy. The message is phenomenal. The chorus is Hello Hurricane, you're not enough. Hello Hurricane, you can't silence my love.
Yeah.
Which is just a great, you can take it literally because I think it was inspired by Katrina.
Yeah, it was inspired by Katrina. Yeah.
But you can take this for anything in life. When things are bad, they can't silence your love. As long as you got love, you can overcome anything.
Yeah.
And I got a tattoo based on this song.
Oh yeah, you did.
It's kind of a mix between this song and Angels and Airwaves, the band. Tom DeLonge's side project or main project. Who knows?
Yeah, you got that lettering with the word love.
Because they had an album called Love, and they wrote I got the lettering from that, but I replaced the O with a hurricane.
Yeah.
So the I of the hurricane is the O.
Is the O.
Yeah, so
Ooh.
So hurricanes, you can't silence my love.
Yeah. You can't silence my love.
And as long as we don't get in trouble for copyright stuff, you'll be able to listen to the very beginning of this episode and hear us play this song. If you're wondering what song, it's because we had copyright issues and had to take it down. We haven't had to yet because we're playing so many songs at the beginning of these podcasts.
Yeah, I don't really know if it's copyright issue, is it?
We haven't made any money.
True.
So who knows? If people ever get on our backs, we'll just chop the music out. Who cares?
Yeah.
Whatever. I got my back against the wall. Anything else to say about Hello Hurricane?
Nope.
Moving on to track number 8, which is called Always. I gave this cat 4.5.
Always.
It's a cat 4, almost 5, but not quite.
Always.
Much more restrained song.
Held back. Yep.
Is there piano in the song
Yeah,
also?
no, piano
driven.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a nice song, but
It is.
not my. I like the song a lot. I would never skip it, but it's not my favorite on the album.
Yeah. I got you.
Moving on.
Yep.
Track number 9, Bullet Soul, cat 5.
I'll recommend this one.
Okay, good. It's a fun song.
So good.
High energy, and the fuzz guitar
They're back,
is
baby.
back. Yeah.
Fuzz guitar is back.
And this song just has some like really like funky vibes. Like
Yeah. It's very, very, it's different.
like on the bridge, like they kind of have two guitars like pan left and right, like
Yeah.
bam, 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 bam. Like not that it sounds like that, but ooh,
Yeah.
he just I don't
Listen
know.
to the song and
Listen to
you'll
the
know
song,
what
you'll
Steve
get
is
it.
talking about.
The chorus is really good. It's another song where they've got the real nice soft, well not soft, but the lower range verses, and then the huge chorus, like the high energy. Like if this was live at a show and you're in the pit, you'd be bouncing around.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely would be.
Yeah, but sometimes at like shows where like youth groups come and stuff, it's weird in the audience.
It is
Everyone
really
stands
weird then,
still.
yeah. Everyone's like, this is great. I'm loving it.
What do we do at this show?
Maybe I'll clap my hands.
Clap, clap.
No offense to any youth group
No
out
offense.
there.
Yeah, youth groups are great. Moving on to track number 10, which is called Yet.
Yet.
I gave this cat 5.
I like this song a lot too.
There's
There's a really cool acoustic version of this song.
I'd like to listen to it.
I think it's this song. Or no, maybe I'm thinking of Hello Hurricane.
Probably Hello Hurt. I don't know.
No, it's Hello Hurricane that I'm thinking of, where Jerome, he normally plays keyboards and backup guitar.
Uh-huh.
He plays an accordion.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Yet is another soft song. So,
Yeah.
like, again, the sequencing is good. A mix between
Haven't
that.
lost me yet.
I think I like the verses more than the chorus. All the stars have gone. Just that the melody's great. And the part that comes after the chorus, I'll sing until my heart breaks. Whatever that line is at the end of the
Yeah.
chorus, I really like. But all around, great song.
Yep.
Nice change of pace again.
Yeah.
Moving on to track number 11, which is called Sing It Out.
Sing it out!
Thought maybe you'd recommend it. I wasn't sure.
Oh, I didn't do any recommendations.
Oh,
but I just
okay.
wanted to give Bullet Soul a shout out.
Okay, fair enough. This is a great song. I gave it cat 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Agreed.
I think it's an outlier on the album.
I would say this and the last song both are.
Yeah, this one sounds like more like a John Foreman solo song.
Yeah.
It comes in with this. How would you classify the guitar sound? Like at the beginning, like that, like that weird droney almost.
Yeah, I mean almost droney, but I don't think that droney gives an implication that it's like whoa,
Like a
I don't know.
didgeridoo.
Yeah.
No, it's not didgeridoo like, but it's a weird guitar sound that comes in that I don't know how to classify.
Yeah.
Not feedbacky, but like it's weird.
I know what you mean.
And he comes in with his vocals, and there's almost an effect on his vocals also in the verses at least. And it's more minor sounding, like a little.
Yeah.
It's darker.
Oh, so that's why you think it's kind of an outlier, because it's more minor.
That and it sounds like a John Foreman solo song.
Yeah.
But like I almost imagine this like as a Western sounding
I'm
song.
on the run.
Yeah.
Ropes this time, yeah. Where's my song?
But like I imagine like a shootout in a Western, like what with during the verses of this song.
Okay.
It gives me a way different mindset than the rest of the album. Until the chorus comes, and then it sounds more Switchfoot.
Then it sounds like
Sing it out.
Yeah, then it sounds like a Hello Hurricane
Sing
sound.
out loud.
Yep.
Great song though. And on to the last song.
Yep. I feel like it's called Red Eyes.
It is called Red Eyes. You
I
don't have
feel
to
like-
feel that way.
I feel,
I feel like this song's called Red Eyes. I feel that way too.
no, I feel like this is the outlier. The one that like
Well, this one does sound a lot different too.
I kind of wish they would have had Sing It Out last and this song second to last, but
I gave this cat 4. This actually might be my least favorite song on the record. I like it, but it's
yeah.
I think Sing Out
Whenever-
Loud would have been better as the last song as opposed to Red
I guess
Eyes.
I'll say this. Whenever I first listened to this album, whenever I listened to this song, I was like, oh,
Why'd they put that last?
yeah. I was like, it's okay.
Yeah.
But then as I kept listening to it, I was like, I like this song a lot.
With Red Eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all in all, it's a fantastic album.
It is a good album.
Yeah. This album came out in 2009,
Yeah.
and that was my junior year of high school.
Well, I think it was when it came out. It was November, so it would have been senior year. It was
you're
November
right.
of
Yeah,
29,
yeah.
so it was senior year.
And it came out then, and I listened to it a whole lot.
Did you listen to it as soon as it came out?
Yeah,
Nice.
immediately.
I was late to the game.
And my buddy in high school, Austin Cross. I think you met his brother here, Lane. Was he also here? Was Austin also here?
Well, yeah, I think they both came that one time.
Yeah, you met him then.
Yes.
We played in our youth group band, and we both really loved Switchfoot, or we still do.
Yeah,
obviously.
he's a guitar junkie.
He's a guitar
nerd, right?
junkie. Yeah.
Yeah. So he likes.
His tone is probably on par with Johnny.
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
Johnny's our other roommate who's
he's a tone nerd. Yeah. He's a gearhead. But he probably appreciates the tone on this album then.
Yeah, whenever this album came out, we listened to it quite a bit.
The tone on their last album, Where the Light Shines Through, some good stuff on there.
It's insanely
like
good.
The title
yeah.
track,
Well, that's probably because John Foreman started playing a super nice Gretsch.
Yeah, we'll review that album on another one-off way down the road.
Way down the road.
It's great. I want to find Hello Hurricane on vinyl. I've had trouble finding it.
Really?
Yeah. I've seen it on YouTube, expensive.
Whenever I go to a record store, I normally look for a Switchfoot vinyl.
I look for Hello Hurricane always.
And normally they don't have any.
Well, Grimey's in Nashville always has Switchfoot. But they have, the last time I went, they had Where the Light Shines Through, Oh Gravity, Beautiful Letdown, and Nothing Is Sound.
And not Hello Hurricane.
Yeah.
Wow. Did they not produce any vinyl for this?
They did, but maybe they haven't done another pressing recently. I don't know.
Could be.
Or maybe they moved away from it. I don't know what the deal was, but
who knows?
But Hello Hurricane, like I said, it's my favorite Switchfoot record.
Fantastic album.
Yeah, almost 10 years later, and it still holds up. I think in another 10 years, it'll still hold up just as good.
I don't see why not.
I don't see why not.
I think they're going to hold up till the end of time.
Certainly hope so. Anyways, what do you think about the beer now that we're nearing the end of the episode?
As it got warmer, I think more of the pineapple came out. It got sweeter and a little bit more resiny.
Resiny.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Which is kind of
sweeter and more thicker.
Unexpected.
Not more thicker.
I wouldn't say thicker. But it's still solid. Great beer.
Thicker mouthfeel to me anyway.
I'm happy with Bearded Iris.
Yeah. Bearded Iris, you guys are champions.
I believe a bearded iris is a flower.
Yes.
Which I guess is why their logo is
that would be why there's a flower on the front of it, right?
A weird lopsided.
That's probably what it's supposed to be.
Lopsided flower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, cultivate variety, am I right?
You're right.
Ooh, doggy.
Classic.
That was quite the burp.
Well, anyways, before we sign off, just another little house cleaning. Look us up on our socials. You can look us up at American Brews and Tunes on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. We already gave you our website, which is brewsandtunespodcast.com. We also have americanbrewsandtunes@gmail.com if you want to send us an email.
Send us any emails, any recommendations.
Next week is another regular format week where we each review different albums recommended by the other. Jesse is listening to, what did I recommend? Crimson by Alkaline Trio, and I'm listening to
A Wild
Hunt by
the tallest man on earth.
Tallest man on earth. I don't think he's the tallest man on earth.
No, that's
at least not by his voice.
Not by his what? His voice?
His voice, yeah. Tallest man doesn't have a voice like that.
Probably has a very deep voice, you mean?
Yeah, he'd be like this. I imagine if I met the tallest man on earth, he'd be like this.
Hello, I'm the tallest man on earth.
Who
what
was it
about
that we
Andre the Giant?
Hello, pretty lady.
I can't even go that low.
Anybody want a peanut?
I love that line. Anybody want a peanut?
I only know Andre the Giant from Princess Bride.
Same here.
I know he was a wrestler.
Yeah, he was a wrestler. I didn't watch anything.
I knew he pretty much needed a keg of beer to get drunk, though.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was huge.
He was huge.
Apparently a very nice man.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah. So let's say that we sign off, finish our beers, and skedaddle.
And we'll look forward to next week.
Yes, we will. And we hope you look forward to next week, too.
Yep.
All right, well, let's give the cheers and finish our beers.
Sounds like a plan.
Anyway. Ways.
So tasty.
So tasty. Once again, my name is Steven Johnston.
And my name is Jesse Titus.
Thanks for joining us on our 50th episode of American Brews
Happy
and Tunes.
birthday, podcast.
Just like Frosty the Snowman.
Frosty.
Happy birthday!
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Till he melted.
What was, that's what he did, right?
Yeah, you
It
put
was like his birthday.
You put the hat on his head, right? And he'd be
Yeah.
like, "Happy birthday!"
And then it got too sunny, and then
He melted. He died.
died.
That's a slow
But
death.
luckily, he can be resurrected pretty easily.
Yeah. Frosty the Snowman Resurrection. All right, peace, you guys.
Here's a theme song, you know it's not a mean song. It's a good song, just as it should song. American Brews and Tunes. Shibbity beeby da